Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserredux. The Caucasus crisis has occurred. We stand on the brink of war with the Moscow Accord. I think we'll be fine, but we're building more troops. Oh yes, and this happened. The Ottomans under siege in the Middle East. The sick men of Europe, also known as the Ottoman Empire, is fighting its last breaths against the Sultan of Egypt and many of its neighbors. The Egyptians seek the Sinai, the Arabians the coast, and the Persians westward expansion. The Ottomans are fighting what may be their last battle to many, and if they lose, it could be possible. The Ottoman Empire will be formally dissolved, ending the centuries-old empire. How sick really is the sick man? The sick man may now die. You are greatly mistaken. We have this country absolutely under our control. Enver Pasha. War in the desert. For a long time, the Ottomans have ruled over the Levant and its Arab population. For many of them, this was an outrage, and the Entente capitalized on that during the well-created spark of revolt that crippled the Ottomans' war efforts. Albeit unsuccessful in the long run, this planted the siege for future unrest. The foundation of the Cairo Axis in 1936 seemed like a challenge to the Ottoman Empire. And indeed, today, this confrontation came to an end, as Egypt announced entry into the war of the entire alliance against the Ottomans. In response, the Arabs of all major cities of the Levant rose in revolt with equipment that many speculate has been provided by those states that are now crossing the border into Ottoman territory. A new challenge from the empire. Okay. The Great Syrian Revolt. Buckled under Turkish rule, the Arab people of Greater Syria have finally decided to maybe slow things down, throw off the yoke, and have joined their Arab brethren in Cairo, fighting for the liberation of the Mashriq and the creation of a new Arab Middle East. Syrians from all religions and ethnic groups are uniting to rid themselves of Turkish rule. Ambitions of individual leaders and disagreements between the various partners of the Cairo Axis, however, may lead to issues that the common threat be dealt with, as the ideas of greater Syrian independence aren't compatible with Farouk's designs of an Arab state ruled from Cairo. Another blow to the Sublime Porte. Rebellion in Yemen. The well-created caused tremendous damage to the already struggling Ottoman Empire. Large sections of the Arabian Peninsula are cut off from the Sublime Porte's rule for years with the success of the Arab Revolt. All the same, the peace with honor, the Yemeni vilayet was to some extent brought under Ottoman rule, at least in theory. For many years, Yemen has mostly run its own affairs, with the Sultan's gaze fixed firmly on his own domestic troubles. With the conflict erupting in Suez and across the Holy Land, Yemen has once more been cut off from the bulk of the Ottoman army. Taking advantage of this opportunity, combined with the perceptible weakness of the Ottoman state, the Imam publicly declared the creation of a new independent kingdom. Another blow to the Sultan. Left KMT declared war on the Fengtian government. That is a matter of time, my friends. Anyways, we can probably resume the normal speed. Iceland's joined the Third International. The western front of the Third International is, like, fairly beefy, and that's scary. At least they don't have Italy, and by this point probably can't. I don't know if we need that immediately. I don't know if we need that. Don't know if we need that. I guess I could do that. Dalmir, Azerbaijan. The cooperation with the Dalmir concern, responsible for bringing European automotive engineering to Baku, can be revived by offering tax incentives and preferential treatment. We may re-establish Dalmir's, that's Daimler's industrial presence. This time as a joint venture, Daimler, Azerbaijan, symbolizing our continued integration with German industry despite changing times. And then we need to focus on military stuff. Hey, more guns! Alright, Yemen's showing the Cairo Axis. No surprises there. Tripolitania has rebelled. Okay. Insufficient energy. Oh. Nah, it's not a huge deal yet. Let's see. We don't have any sources of coal. Well, you could get some from our faction. From Georgia, maybe? Maybe a little bit further, like Poland? guess. And then get that from Ukraine. More support equipment's probably good. I don't even know if this is worth it. Probably do that. Let's do that. We can get recon, I guess. We can get logistics. That makes a little more sense. And then we get armored trains, I suppose. Aslan. What if I do that? Oh dear. Zoroastrian pilgrims in Yanardog. Following the establishment of the Burning Mountain, the locals began to observe a strange occurrence. Organized groups of travelers, some speaking our language, yet utilizing the myriad of Iranic tongues of our bigger neighbor, could be witnessed making stops and holding various ceremonies while surrounding Yanardog. According to the officials sent to investigate these matters, these people represent the ancient Zoroastrian faith, driven underground and scattered by the millennia of Islamic rule in Persia. It seems the naturally indistinguishable flame, surely connected to the religious concept of purifying fire and visible presence of Azarmadza in the Atar, has attracted their attention. Many observers note similarity to an older flame, also situated near Baku, housed in the Atenshka, or just the fire temple. While these travelers are not causing any harm so far, it's best we keep an eye on these practices in their location. Crazy lunatics. Anyways, the lag machine has started. It's punished Herman von Goring, who's become a crazy drug dealer. I should probably fix this situation. This is a situation that I won't get involved in. Who cares? We can watch the little ants run around, though. Russia's justifying against us. Bring it on, nerd. I ain't afraid of no brewski. Homeland is turned out not to be a good idea. But I'm not sure if there are many good options. Commando operations? Sure. Does that allow us to add mountaineers? Does! I don't think that lets us bring up to... Yeah, it doesn't. Boom. Can we do field hospitals for these guys? We can't yet. But I now have slightly beefier mountaineer divisions. These guys are like a tank designer. That's not useful. Okay. Production output is good. Armor, I guess, is good. But that was a waste of my time. Okay. Connection to Nakhchivan. Nakhchivan is too often remained isolated from the rest of the Republic. Building a secure and modern transport corridor will physically and symbolically unite our lands to the mountains of Zangzur. So, add some supply hubs and railways and infrastructure, which is like, we kind of do need that, so. Sure, why not? Oh boy. This is not looking great for Istanbul, if I were going to be totally honest with my assessment of the situation. Better mountaineers, go. more guns, yay. That's actually, I'm glad I invested, because just getting a bunch of guns is nice. We probably want reliability. That seems good. Getting more reliable sport equipment is nice. Could we not crash? Could we not crash? Could we not... The tribes break free of the Germans. After decades of infighting and mismanagement, the hulking German colony known as Middle Africa finally collapsed after their central government lost complete control of the nation's affairs. In Middle Africa's place stands hundreds of different tribes that have finally seen freedom from the Germans and other colonial oppression. As the last remnants of German rule flee to Southwest Africa, chaos engulfs the dark continent. The warring and infighting ceases to end, and a new order of chaos and war spreads the shadow of German rule. Africa has broken the chains. The idea that the natives must all be removed and confined in their own corrals is, in my opinion, the greatest nonsense I've ever heard. Jean Smuts. Anyways. More... Oh, support equipment. Yeah, see, I'm glad I invested in this. The collapse of Middle Africa. Disturbing reports are emerging into the various parts of Middle Africa that are under German rule. It seems the Middle African administration has collapsed entirely. It's unclear why or how, but the administration, usually regarded as efficient abroad, is no more. As the central government can no longer act, conflict sparks across the continent as various kingdoms, tribes, and protectorates that comprised it now fight amongst themselves over new claims and ancient grudges. And cliques of Askari and German colonial officers attempt to keep a semblance of normality. Whether the state of affairs is passing or a dark age of violence is truly beginning in Africa, it's uncertain. However, it's safe to say the colonial mission of the German Empire has failed. It seems that German lordship over Africa is far more fragile than we thought. I'm going to try to fix this situation. To, like, give this, I guess, to the French. Maybe give it to the British. Who knows? Okay. Chaos continues in China. We've apparently fortified Suez. Hey, good for us. We should probably appoint a spy master at some point. We could fortify Singapore, expand the Singapore naval base. That's within our power. Construct military infrastructure. Yeah, no, that's not happening. I could develop the Baku oil fields. I can just do that. So, I need a research excavation 3. And have at least 5 infrastructure in Baku. Which, like, that last part's pretty easy. Just do that. Oh, nice. Toad artillery. Buganda declared war on whatever. Stuff keeps happening. Jabal Shamar is capitulated. Nepal's declared war on Sikkim. How does Nepal still exist? Okay, more sport equipment. That's swaggy. Infantry equipment. That's swaggy. Yeah, we're, like, fitted to the gills with guns. We don't have any trucks, but, like... Let's probably get to constructing trucks. How much of a problem is resource? Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay. Alright, the American Union State is dead. The Pacific States of America are huge. Fall of New Orleans! Pacific forces have been pushing through the city of New Orleans for a while now. Reports are coming in the city's imminent capture by advancing troops. Of the city's imminent capture by advancing troops. E.W. Marlin's current whereabouts are unknown, but it was believed he was rapidly evacuated to the countryside. Reports indicate the military police have begun rounding up and arresting Minutemen and important Union leaders, and not many fires are spreading unchecked through the city's high-rise districts, while Pacific forces struggle to establish order. Perhaps the war will be over soon. I don't really know about this. I don't really know about that. I think we probably should modernize our artillery. We can apply Karabakh war experience. The recent operations in Karabakh, though costly, have taught our army bitter but invaluable lessons. Guerrilla warfare, logistics under fire, and the coordination of local forces of the regular army all must be studied and codified. By turning hard-won experience into doctrine, Azerbaijan can transform its scars into strength, ensuring the next war will be fought on our terms. I'm going to actually cancel one of these. Many. I might not. I might actually just separate the mountaineers and put them in their own little place. Okay, these guys are bad. Anyways, these guys are have mountaineer. They didn't change anything, but you can be blue. Like blue? There you go. And you can be a different. You can be clubs, spades. There you go. Look at that. We got better infantry equipment. Go us. Alright, let's see. Do we want to go Rangers? I guess we could go Rangers. Sure. Let's go Rangers. I don't really do that kind of thing very often, but, like, you know. Armenia has joined the Tabriz Accords. Okay. See, this would be our option to, like, join the Ottomans, but we're not going to do that, so. Stay Tabrizi. Ha ha ha. Oh, oh, oh. Comedy. Recon, I guess? It is 39, so... Right. We should probably... get construction 3. So we can get excavation 3. There we go. Figured it out. We're so smart. Look at us be smart. Armored train! I think we could probably just cancel that and just, like, produce... I don't know. More guns? That seems good. Advanced machine tools. I don't like this. Karabakh War experience. Let's see. Azerbaijani mountain forces, the rugged highlands of Karabakh. Zakatala, and the Lesser Caucasus have long bred hardy men, hunters, shepherds, and patriots who know every trail and pass. To defend our mountain borders effectively, these sons of the highlands must form specialized mountaineer units, lightly equipped, well-trained in reconnaissance and ambush. They will be the silent guardians of the Republic's frontier, making our infantry better in the hills and mountains, which is nice. Russian empires attacked Karelia, which is not really guaranteed by anyone, so rip Karelia. Okay, we are now... Never mind. Hey, remember what I said about the war starting? The war has started, folks. Uh-huh. Let's start the Weltkrieg, folks. Russian boots march west to Germany. It appears some old grudges never die. Germany and Russia have once again locked swords in the battlefield, as Russia strives to regain past glories and execute revenge on the Germans. The German sphere in Eastern Europe prepares for the onslaught, and Germany braces for the storm once again, fighting a two-front war. Could Germany survive fighting both Russia and the Communist France? Only time will tell if Germany can fend off the two great powers or history will repeat itself. Russia is seemingly recovering. Lord, to save Russia and bring her peace. Alright, so you guys should go hang out. You can hang out over here like a bunch of cool people. And with that, I think I am going to call it here. I need to remember to fix this before the war starts. But, like, I guess it's starting in 1939. I expected to start in 1940, but, like, that's Kaiserredux, baby. That's Kaiserredux. I'm not honestly that worried. But, like, I don't know. I'm sure the Germans will find some way to, like, screw this all up. Right? Like, somehow the Germans would be like, I'm gonna figure out how to lose. But we'll try to prevent them from doing that. See you later. Bye-bye.